This is the spirit that we revere, that one who was willing to die, the king who would die for his people. Yes, this is an admirable archetype. Yes, the king who would die for his people. From where, Trav, does your spiritual authority arise? What gives you the right to speak about God issues? Thank you for asking. I have seen miracles. I have seen salvation. I have been to the edge of my own reason and beyond. I have been to the depths of self-loathing. I have known despair. And in those deepest depths, I have realized myself as the one. And in this realization, there is the understanding that you are also that one, that we are of the one, and that when we gather together, that one is in our midst. And this one is symbolized in this world in many ways, in many languages, in many cultural symbols, much symbolic language. And yet we come to understand that all symbols fall short. And yet somehow there is a formless word, that word that cannot be named. So all authority comes through realization. When everything and everyone becomes our teacher, as we realize the only authority can come from self-realization. And then it is not an issue whether or not we say, I am God. It is actually the most humble thing to say, because all language dissolves. And we must be realized as that one. So, I have nothing to defend or to justify. I do not try to prove the existence of God to anyone. I only know the deepest self to be still and calm and unafraid, fearless. And from what I have read in my education, This is the Spirit that we revere, that one who is willing to die, the King who would die for his people. Yes, this is an admirable archetype. Yes, the King who would die for his people. One who bravely understands the human situation, and with this great practice and discipline accepts and forgives all. This is a good story, a worthy story of retelling. And when this story comes to be known in the individual, in a life, as I have come to know this story too, I have become this story. And so as we become those metaphors, and they become the fabric of our understanding of this particular life, and also we know that all the metaphors and all the language is also not necessary to be still and know. This was taught to me from the East. As the one we call Jesus was from the Middle East. And there were those from further east who came to visit him, apparently. Gifts and impartations.